We're on day 24 of our 60-day healing journey to establish inner union. We're working to stop the self-abandonment, to find inner stability and alignment, to bring the pieces of who we are together. The affirmation for today is, I act from alignment, not from pressure. I act from alignment, not from pressure. How often are you making decisions because you're being pressured into making them? You disagree with what you're doing, but you do it anyway. How often are you feeling pushed in the corner, feeling like you don't have a voice in decision, and you still go along? We want to be in a place of being centered and aligned when making decisions. We don't want to be in survival mode where we don't have control over ourselves or our lives and we go along just to get along. The go along just to get along days are over. This doesn't mean that we don't agree with things that other people say, other suggestions, but it means that when I do agree, it's because I feel aligned and I feel centered when making this decision. I'm doing this because I want to do it, not because I'm being forced to do it. Nobody is pressuring me into making a decision that I'm making. I agree with this and I'm going along. So that's the affirmation. I act from alignment, not pressure. We need to move past that so that we can have control in our lives, so that we can become grounded and centered. Because you're not grounded and centered when you're being pressured to do something. You have no control at that point. The somatic practice is ground feet before a task. So before you start doing a task, actually stand there for a second and imagine your feet being planted into the ground. Just stand there firmly and support yourself and realize that I'm doing this task because I want to do it. That's the point of grounding it. It's grounding yourself. Basically taking a pause before you do something, grounding your feet and realizing that this task that I'm doing is something that I actually want to do. The visualization is calm, aligned action. So we're going to visualize ourselves doing things in a very calm manner, a very easy manner, not hastily or from pressure because we are doing things that we don't necessarily want to do. So we're going to visualize that calmness. What does it feel like? So now when you get into a place where you need to make decisions, then you can reflect back on this visualization to feel what it felt like. Is this the same similar situation from when I was doing a visualization? Does it feel the same to me? Now you'll be able to differentiate between being calm or being pushed into making this decision. The journal prompt is, what motivates my actions lately? What's your motivation? Are you doing things because what? You want to make more money? Is it family? What's your motivation? What's causing you to make decisions? Or are you doing those things because it's coming from, this is where my intuition is guiding me. This is something that's bigger than me and I'm being led to do it. So what are those things that are guiding you? What motivates you lately? You know, what is it? You got to have some sort of motivation, something that guides you. Self-motivation is the best type of motivation, in my opinion. The practice is choose alignment over urgency. So instead of us rushing to do something, we're going to become centered. If it means sitting there for a moment, taking a deep breath, breathing in for 4, breathing out for 8, grounding your feet. These natural practices that we've been doing to become centered. If it means doing that to be in a calm space so that you don't feel pressured. So other things that can help us do that would be planning ahead of time, leaving before you need, like leaving earlier when you're trying to reach your destination so that you don't feel rushed. Maybe prepping your food the day before so that you're not eating out of urgency and you're not just doing something out of pressure, like you're just eating the most unhealthiest thing because you didn't take time to plan, take time to prepare. So basically, this is saying to us that we have to prepare And preparation is key with alignment. You have to mentally see this in your mind. You have to have a vision of where you're going at so that things don't feel forced, so that you're not pressed and forced into situations that you don't necessarily want to be in. You're not making decisions because you didn't think ahead. You don't feel overwhelmed because you put in the time to make sure things were, scheduled ahead of time. The holistic tip is slow walking. So we're going to calmly walk today. We're not going to be hastily rushing in the building. We're going to take our time and walk slowly. And this slow walk is showing confidence, is showing strength. It's showing that I know what I'm doing here. And I'm doing what I want to do. Not because I'm rushing and skipping and dancing to somebody else's beat. How so many times we are on somebody else's schedule. We don't even create the schedule. We just go along with it. If you have to go along with somebody else's schedule, it makes sense to prepare yourself so that you can confidently go along with that schedule because you want to go along with it. So that's a whole different vibe from you just rushing in to fulfill somebody else's duties, to get something done for somebody else. That's a whole different vibe when you know you have things to do, maybe for somebody else, but you're doing it at your speed because you prepared ahead of time. So that's our holistic tip. We're going to slow walk. We're going to slow walk. I'm not saying if you're late to slow walk and cause a problem. I'm saying prepare yourself so that you're able to slow walk, so that you're able to be grounded and be more, secure. Also, this is great for your nervous system when you're not rushing. When you're calm, you make better decisions. You see what I'm saying? You become more focused. You see things from a different perspective from when you're rushing and hurrying and trying to get this done. You're just giving just a little bit. But what if you were to take your time and have more integrity in what you do? Now you may be more fulfilled and you may gain more out of the situation. So we're slow walking, not just physically walking, but actually slow walking through some things so that we can process it better. This is day 24. I hope everyone is well. I will see you tomorrow. We're almost halfway through the journey, y'all. We are almost halfway. So be proud of yourself. And I hope if you need to go back and watch the whole journey, there is actually a playlist that shows all of the days together in the playlist. But I will see you all tomorrow. Peace and love. Wow.